me back here, but then I'm too small.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I am Nancy Quinn, business coach and body language trainer to interior designers. And we finally made it online after 15 minutes of struggling with tech. So did I start talking before we went live, Lesley?
I don't know. The internet is just not interneting today. Mercury's probably in retrograde. I don't know what's happening, but we're here and we're going to do our best. And if nothing is happening, just look at the comments under this video and we'll put the important stuff you need to know down there.
Yes. If we disappear for any reason, understand the internet is being very temperamental lately. With the uprising of AI, the internet is struggling. So, all right, let's get to this fast before the internet knocks us off. All right. So again, sorry we're late. But this topic is quite important. And Lesley, why don't you start us off?
Okay, so here is the question that came in. And it is a really good one because a lot of designers face this. Question: I keep having great consultation calls, but then the client disappears. Why do people ghost after the first call?
Okay, so a lot of people ghost after the first call because you're not following up. Okay, so it's not like they're ghosting, but they are. You know how some people, I'm going to put it this way. You know, some people want to be wanted. They want to know that you are on top of your business and that you're reaching out and following up. That is the first indicator whether you are a good business person or not. Did you follow up after, right? So I'm going to say follow-up is important. So when does this happen? At the end of the call. Are you ending your call with a very specific follow-up step for the potential client? Give an example of what a very specific follow-up step would be at the end of a consultation.
I'll give an example of a bad one first. Okay. Thanks so much for your time today. I'll wait to hear back from you.
Yeah, let me know if you need me. If you decide if you talk to your husband, right?
And the good follow-up. Thank you so much for your time on our call today. I know we've talked about a lot of information and options. I'll give you a couple days. I know you need to think about it, and I will reach back out Monday at 2 p.m. How does that sound? And Beautiful. Put that crap in your calendar or your to-do list so you do it at the date and time you say.
Yes, yes. And a lot of people will say, well, they didn't respond, right? So this is whenever I give advice, there's always the people who will give the examples of how that didn't work or won't work. And I get that because it hasn't worked for some people in the past. And here's the thing, one follow-up done well may not work. It's not that you've done anything wrong. You're following up, you're giving a specific, Lesley's example was perfect. I understand you want to talk to your spouse, your husband, about whether you're moving forward with this paid in-home consultation. How about I call you Wednesday at 2:00 and we'll have some follow-up, right? You're giving a specific time so they don't have to think about it anymore. Yes. They're like relieved, like he or she is good. They're going to follow up with me, right? So that number one tip is so important. Give a specific follow-up step after every phone call. What's supposed to happen next? And you're the leader of the job. You are the interior designer. You're the professional.
I was just going to say that. They are craving for you to be the leader and guide them. They don't want to call you and have to figure out how to get this process started. They're trusting you as a designer to know what you're doing, to be able to lead them through the process. And that starts at that initial consultation call.
It does. Okay. So tip number 2 comes from one of the lessons we have in our Profit Insiders Essentials, which is the lessons, the 100 lessons, PDFs, templates, videos that teach you how to run an interior design business from the business side. We have a follow-up series because a lot of people struggle with this. It's like, well, what do I do if they don't call me back? What do I do if? So we have a series. 3 follow-ups is what I recommend without being stalkerish, right? We don't want you to be stalkerish. We want you to just do your follow-ups. So 3 follow-ups and then put them away. And when that file goes away in the file cabinet, somehow that person suddenly calls, right?
It does happen.
It does happen. It may not, but I don't want everyone going, I followed up 7 times because I really want this job. That's your downfall. The minute you start putting so much emotion into whether you get a job or not, that is going to come across, whether you know it or not, in your body language, in your tone of voice, that kind of feeling of desperation. So 3 follow-ups, and they go something like this. I'm not going to name them exactly because I don't remember them, honestly. It's a formula. 3 follow-ups. If a phone call didn't work, will a text message do the trick? Will a PM or DM through social media do the trick, or through LinkedIn? How else can you connect, right? Email, phone call, text, private messaging, direct messaging. These are all ways that I feel are very acceptable to follow up after you've had a conversation with somebody and they've kind of ghosted you. All you want to know is, are they moving forward? So if you've done your 3 follow-ups, I want you to realize it may not be about you.
Yeah.
Right? It may be that they're going through something. They were really excited when they called you, and then they got that thought and looked at their finances and thought, maybe I can't do this, or whatever else happened in their lives with their spouses, with their children, with their dogs, with their houses, with life. So don't take it personally. Stop telling yourself stories about this. Now, you have a story about this.
I have a couple.
I mean, everyone does.
Yes. And this does happen. And what I have learned, if I have done my part and I have led the conversation, if I have done my follow-ups, if I have reached out in different channels, meaning not just email, because maybe they all went to spam, but I've emailed, I've texted, maybe I've left a voicemail, it's probably not about me, and something else has likely come up. I had this happen during COVID times where a potential client, just kind of suddenly stopped responding. Like, we had great conversations and she was all excited, and then like crickets. And it was really odd. And I was thinking, what did I do wrong? Like, where did I mess this up? And one of the tips you often give, Nancy, which is it works so effectively, is the follow-ups don't always just have to be about, did you get my proposal? Have you made a decision? But are you okay? I haven't heard from you and that's not like you, or something along those lines.
Yes.
In this situation that I had, I sent that email. Hey, is everything all right? I haven't heard from you. Wanted to make sure things are okay. And within a day or two, I got an email. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. My baby got COVID and then I've been sick and, we've been underwater for 2 weeks. I'm sorry for ignoring you. And it was nothing to do with me, my process, my pricing, but we tell ourselves the story. Oh, I must have been too expensive. Oh, I must have been it's not always about you, and that's okay. Do your part, lead the process, do your due diligence. And like you said, Nancy, let it go. Put that project aside. They might come back, they might not, and that's okay too. You can't force it.
Yes. And on Instagram, Carol Vaudeville was one of our past profit insiders, very successfully went through one of our programs. She's saying sometimes she feels it's a red flag, and it's like a red flag that client will be problematic. Now, so she's like, am I wrong? And I'd say, you're not necessarily wrong that it might be a red flag, but don't assume it's a red flag until you make it through your last text or phone call with what Lesley just said. Are you okay? Is everything okay? I'm a little worried. I haven't heard from you. Right? Something simple like that. And we did come up with this during COVID because boy, oh boy, how many people ended up with COVID and ended up not being able to follow through with their designer until they were better. And then their spouse got it, their kids got it, it just ran through the family. So, but we found it to be very effective just to connect as a human, not as a designer trying to get business. Like, I've tried to connect with you and I haven't been successful. Are you okay?
Yeah.
And usually you will get a response like, I am okay. I'm sorry. I didn't message you. It's gotten hectic. And then you sometimes will find out we did end up going in another direction, or I'm ready to start now. Apologies for the delay. Right. So again, the stories you tell yourself, do not tell yourself stories, verify. And if you can't verify because they have truly disappeared, file it away. And let it go and focus on your marketing again to bring in more clients, right? It's a simple thing, but it's so hard to go through. If you have 10 inquiries coming in and 2 people ghost you, you're like, I don't care, move on, next, right? But when
things are slow,
and
you're hoping for that project and it's a good one.
Yes. And then again, that emotional attachment to the outcome is what really messes up a lot of people. The emotional outcome, right? If we just look at it as it's business, it's not personal, it helps to readjust. So, all All right. Anything else that we missed that we wanted to mention?
I just wanted to say that this is something, and this has been such a valuable part of the Profit Insiders Academy, because this happens to everybody. And it's hard to know if you don't know that you should be leading this process, that's something that we teach in the Academy. And then we give you the steps to follow up. So if this is an ongoing issue in your business, if there's anything you're struggling with where you're like, why isn't this working? I'm doing my best. We would love to have you join the next Profit Insiders Academy group.
Yeah, we already have 4 people in, and it starts in January. So we still have 2 more months to, let people know. And I wanted to talk to you after the live, but I think we should talk about it live a little bit. There's a lot of solo entrepreneurs out there, solo designers. You're one of them. Now,
I am one of them.
I know, but what people consider solo is different, right? Solo could mean I, as a solo person, do 100% of everything myself. I don't outsource to a VA for anything. I don't have a bookkeeper. I don't have a social media person. Hopefully they have an accountant. But if you're a solopreneur, the Profit Insiders Academy is for you as well, because we're teaching tips and tricks to save you time using technology, using your mindset, because sometimes we are our own worst enemies. And we're also starting to teach kind of a functional AI, what can actually save you time. So if you don't want to hire anyone, you will rise to the level of income equal to your capacity.
Yes.
Okay. So if you're a solopreneur, you will rise to the level of your income based on your capacity. So if we can help increase your capacity by teaching you how to do your process faster, how to do it better, how not to do all the extra things or say all the extra things we say that sometimes mess us up, that's a huge benefit for your solopreneurs. And if you're a solopreneur wanting to grow or stay the same, it doesn't matter. In the Academy, it's a small group coaching. So we are able to literally help people get to what their individual goal is, not what we think they should be doing, right? If they ask me, I'll tell them. But if you're happy being a solopreneur, then we want you to stay that way. If you feel like you want to increase your capacity, we can help you get there too. So I'm just trying to, because I feel like sometimes people think group coaching, like I have to be at a certain level.
Yes, or have a certain staff or be here. I would say there's a good mix, but a lot of people are true. It's just me doing everything. And we help with that because you shouldn't be doing absolutely everything.
Correct.
But if you make a good point, I think people might look at me and my business and think, oh, she must have a team. It's me, baby. I outsource. I have a great virtual team that are all freelancers doing their thing. We all work together, but I don't have an office with a staff. I don't have an employee, or I know, I love it. So please understand that the Profit Insiders Academy is not just for people with firms and offices and overhead, but it's for the independent designer that's like, I know I got something good here. I just need some help getting the systems, the pricing, the process. And we can do that. And like Nancy said, that is where I am. I don't have a goal for myself of having a big team and a big office. Like, I love this. And it is sustainable and profitable when you know how to do it right. So
exactly. And then of course, right. And of course we've had the Lauren Valerios and all the people who have big teams, right? Yeah. Or they're growing teams. And we love that too, because we can help you hire, fire, get the right person in the right seat by advising you how to do this as you grow. So it really is a variety in our academy for any interior designer who's just not making enough money for how hard they're working. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the way to make it down to the simplest thing, whether your goals are to grow big or whether your goal is to stay the same in your company structure, but make more money. That's what we're here for. So if you're interested in the academy, like I said, we have 4 people in already. We have 4 more people on my calendar. We keep it small group between 8 and 15. So if you're interested, please don't wait till the last minute. It doesn't start till January, but we have people on my calendar now because there's some pre-work we have to do to get you guys ready. So, all right. We will see you next time. And are we live again, or is this a happy Thanksgiving?
Oh, yeah. We're not going to be here next week.
Oh, okay. So look what I'm going to do. Hold on.
What are you going to do?
It's not going to work. It worked yesterday. I can put a festive border sometimes.
Oh, yes, you can.
Oh, hold on. It did work.
There it is. Oh, how cute, Nancy.
So you got to end with happy Thanksgiving to everyone. If I am not live before them, which I might be, but I want to say it so I know everyone doesn't watch every live. Have a beautiful Thanksgiving. Be grateful for what we do have and try to focus less on things that upset you in order to stay focused on your life and reaching your goals in a positive way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Right.
See everybody.